This
Hello.
conference will now be recorded.
Hello,
Yeah. Hi, Pavani. How are you?
good. How are you?
Doing good. Um.
Question. Yeah, you didn't put up yesterday's recording of the lecture online. I didn't see it anywhere.
Okay. So don't worry. I will do that. Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah. So. So what's the last class, Pavani? Sorry, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So what's the last class?
Um, Operators
Okay.
and about operations and operators.
Okay. So, what are the operators I completed as of now?
Um, Arithmetic operations, relational, assignment,
Hmm.
compound operators,
Hmm.
special operators,
Hmm.
um,
Logical, right?
logical, identity.
Okay. The logical and special operator which comes under that identity and member. Okay.
Yeah. Membership operator and identity operator comes under
Yeah,
special.
special operator. Yes. Okay. So let's launch our Jupyter notebook. So today we are talking about the new topic from the Python, which is the control statements. I think so. Okay. Am I completed functions concepts as well, right? Functions.
We went in about the built-in Python built-in functions.
See, under the Python built-in functions, am I talking about anything about user-defined functions?
Yeah, we started like user-defined functions and what is function logic and what is a function plan or actual function.
Yeah. See, I think I completed how we can create in the user-defined functions also, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if I done control statements, then we can say almost 40% of the Python concepts you got it. So if I give you any project, if I give you any program, you can easily do it with help of the Python programming language if I completed the control statements. Okay. So try to be understood these concepts in a effective way. And if you're getting any kind of doubts, then please let me know it. Okay. Yeah. So today date is so 809 and 28 22 Python control statements. Okay. We have so we need to discuss about string, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. There are 5 more data. I mean, there are total 10 data types, right? Out of the 10, there are 5 data types we need to understand thoroughly. Okay, so for understanding of those particular 5, it was taking almost 5 hours of time. Okay, so if I completed that particular 5 classes and control statements, and I think already functions concepts I already done, right? After that one, if I talk anything modules and packages, which means that 50% of the Python knowledge you might be getting now. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about control statements. Before we start about control statements, I have some questions. Please clarify yourself. What is statements? Can anybody share answer for this particular question? What is statement? Anybody?
An instruction or like an
Okay.
piece of code. It's not a piece of code, but piece of code is consists of a set of statements.
So statement means what? It's a very simple thing. So whatever the instructions in a program can be executed, right? Something it can be executable, that we are calling it same statement in any program. So my question is, what is program? Rajesh?
A set of executables.
A set of statements or instructions?
Yeah.
Set of statements or else instructions, okay, to do any one of the specific tasks, right?
Yes.
One of a specific task, that we are calling it same a program. So when we collected some instructions or when we collected some statements in a program, okay, so how those particular statements can be executed? So Pavani, can you tell me how the statements can execute? That means the flow of execution of the program. Simply, what is the flow of execution of the program? Flow of the execution of the program.
I don't know. Can you repeat the question? What is the flow of the execution of the program?
Okay, so for example, you have some kind of instructions out there. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I mean, this all instructions be collected in one particular file, then that entire file or the collection of statements, we are calling it a program, right? So this is my instruction 1, instruction 2, instruction 3, 4, 5, or statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, when we have this set of instructions and in this particular file, how this particular program can be executed, that we can say that the flow of execution of the program. What could be the flow of execution of the program? At what manner it can be executed?
From top to bottom? Is that the answer?
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
It's a top to bottom, that's fine, but how? Is all the statements can be executed in one shot, or else a statement by statement or line by line?
Oh, line by line.
Yeah. First, this particular line was execution is done, then it will be go for second line, then it will be go for third line, then it will be go for fourth line, fifth line, and sixth line. This
Right.
is the way each and every statement or each and every instructions, it was try to be executed by the CPU or translator, right? Yeah. So this is the thing we are calling it's a flow of execution. So here I am filling that particular answer line by line or statement by statement. Okay, people can call it a statement by statement or line by line, whatever it is, from top to bottom. Okay, so this is exactly the flow of execution of the program. This is the standard flow of execution of the program. See, here the concept of the control statements comes to the picture. So now tell me, what is the control statements? The name indicating that it's a controlling, right? So what it is controlling, which is controlling the statements execution, so that we are calling it say control statements. Simply, the definition of the control statements are, so with help of the control statements, we can change the we can change the flow of execution of the program. Flow of execution of the program. Yes or no? For example, if I'm using the control statements, okay, I have a lot of statements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some I have many statements out there. Okay. So here each and every statement it's being executing from the top to bottom. This is a standard flow of execution of the program. My intention is that I have to stop some statements execution. This particular block I don't want to be executed. I want to simply skip this particular block. Okay. See, actually this is the statements has to be executed, but because of my requirements, after execution of this statements, I have to skip this particular block and I have to execute from the here onwards, right? This we can do with help of the control statements, or else. So each and every statement was being executing. So this is the block I want to repeat it some multiple times. So that means the flow of execution instead of going down here, again it is back to the again to this particular position, and again I have to execute from the this line onwards. Okay, this particular block I have to repeat it some situation, some number of times. Then that particular situation also, the flow of execution is changing or not? Actually it has to go from the top to bottom. Okay, but unfortunately in some situations I have to skip some block of statements, or else I have to repeat some statements, some iterations, right? I have to repeat some block of statements in some situations. That particular situation we can use the control statements. I hope you got my point, that what is the use of the control statements. If you got my point, then we can discuss about more into this control statements.
Yep, I understand.
Okay, what about Akhilesh and Rajesh?
Yes, yes, I understand.
Got
Got
it.
it.
Okay. There are three type of control statements we have it. The first one is the conditional statements. Second one is the looping statements. Third one is what's the third one? Control keywords. Okay, control keywords. So these are the three type of control statements we have it. Let's talk about one by one. So let's talk about conditional statements. Again, the name indicating that's a condition, right? Conditional statements. So that means the statement's execution which is depending on the condition. So we have some block of statements, or statements, whatever it is, block of statement or single statement, block of statement or single statement execution. The single statement execution is depending on the condition. Depending on condition. Some situation, the block of statement execution or single statement execution, which is depending on the condition, then that particular statements we are calling it say conditional statements. There are four type of condition statements are there in Python programming language. The first one is the simple and second one is if and else, and third one is the elif ladder, and the fourth one is nested if. Okay, so there are four type of condition statements we have it: simple if and else, elif ladder, and nested if. Any question? Can you please note this particular point? I can explain you one by one with the flowchart, with the syntax, and with examples. So writing simple if. So first I can explain you the flowchart so that we can build the easy syntax for that one. Okay. So let me consider I have the program which is started from the first statement onwards. So here each and every statement it was being executing by Python interpreter. So after execution of some statements, we have the some condition. We have some condition, or else we can consider we have a task actually. Okay. So this particular task it can be executed. This particular task it can be executed if and only if this particular condition was returns the true. If the condition was true, whatever the condition we have it, so this condition has returns the true or the condition replicates to the true, then the task can be executed. After execution of this particular task, then I would like to go for stop my program. I would like to go for stop my program. This is generally happened. If in case the condition, if the condition was false, then what happens? If the condition was false, the condition has returns the false, then I don't want to be execute this particular task. I can directly stop my program. I mean, it's not program, it can be stop out of that particular, it went out of that particular block. Okay. But which is the thing which was checking this condition? So here we have an if keyword. If is the keyword, it is checking the condition. If the condition is returns the true, task can be executed. If the condition is false, task can be simply skipped. So this is exactly the flowchart for simple if. This is the flowchart. So we can implement it in a syntax format. So this is the syntax only we have to follow it. So maybe I may have some statements we have to write inside of we have to write it. So each and every statement it was being executing. By the time we got one particular if, and if is the keyword and which is followed by the condition. So this is the condition. It can be checking by this particular if keyword only, and make sure that in case of Python programming language, if you want to be create this particular block of statements, make sure that we have to use the colon symbol only. Okay. And this particular task I want to define inside of the if, we have to give you some space, then we have to start writing the task statements over here. Okay. So each and every line you have to maintain the same space for all statements of this particular task. I want to be close this particular block. Simply what you should do, the next statement we can exactly write to the in the below of the if. Okay, this is the way the syntax will be looks like for the simple if. So that could be the syntax and it could be the flowchart. Okay, this is the syntax of simple if and this could be the flowchart of simple if. Okay, so can you note this particular flowchart and syntax in your notes? Hello,
Yep, I'm done.
Dan?
Done. Yeah.
Yeah, done.
Okay, so now we'll write a small program for understanding of this one. Okay, I'm not using any kind of condition over here, just to write a simple program. simple program to understanding the simple if. Okay, so here I want to be write some print statement. Welcome to Python program, or you just write welcome statement. And after writing some statements, but I don't have any statements, so that I'm directly going to the if and followed by the condition and open parenthesis, and within this particular parenthesis we have to mention the condition. Let me consider the condition is true. Okay, I'm not giving any condition directly, I'm giving as a true. Okay, so here I can write, see, after you mention the colon symbol, automatically find for the, so which is giving default some space. Okay, so we should write some statements here. So this is the task. So this is the task you should define, but I don't have any task, so that task in if block. Okay, simply I return the three statements. These three statements are on the same line, you just observe here. I want to be I want to be I don't want to write the statements inside of the if. I want to skip, after execution of the block, or if I skip the block, then I have to execute some statements, right? So those statements we should write it exactly below the if. So we can say out of if block, you're in out of if block, right? So you can mention that particular statement. See here, this line and this last two lines are it's outside of the block, but what are the statements we written inside of the block? Those statements are, it can be executed if the condition is true, but default I mention as the condition is true, so that it was returns the, so that it was executing this particular statements. See, so that all statements has executed. This is simple program. Can you note this one? Yes, can you note this example? It's a simple example, guys.
I'm done.
Okay, everyone. For example, simple if program only. Default I mentioned the false as a condition. If I mention the false, then what happens? See, what are the statements we written inside of the if block? Those statements simply it was a skip. So that means fourth statement, fifth statement, and sixth statement was not executed. Only second statement and eighth one and seventh one and eighth one are executed. Clear? I hope you got my point.
Yes.
If you want to take the screenshot, you can. Yeah, you can take the screenshot. For the simple if the condition has, intentionally I mentioned the true and intentionally I mentioned the false, and you observe what happens here. Okay, it was skip some portion of program, right? As I said, the flow of execution of the program, it has to be executed statement by statement. But unfortunately, the fourth one, fifth one, sixth one are depending on the condition which is there inside of the if. If the condition is false, then the fourth and fifth and sixth statements are simply skipped. Okay, so this is a simple program for simple if, and let's write a small program. Write a program print data. Okay, and the data type and memory location. If the given data is if the given data is integer data. If the given data is integer data, okay, I have to print the data and data type and memory location. So for example, here the data is, let me consider I have example. So this is the 23, and how can I check whether it is integer data or not? So we have a default function is there, which is the is instance. So is instance is the function, and it can receive it has to take the two inputs. One is the data object, and second one is the data type. Okay, second one is the data type. If is instance which is returns the true, when it is returns the true, when this particular variable, if it is the integer data type, then it can be returns the true. If it is returns the true, then I have to print the data. The data inside of the var is, if I want to print the data inside of the var, we can simply use the variable. And I want to print the data type, right? Then we can use the type of var. I want to print the memory location, then we can use the memory. We can print the memory, and then if you want to print the memory location, then we can use the id function. Okay, so here, task done. So let me execute this program. So must one tuple is instead must argument 2 must be tuple or tuple type. See here, previously it was giving an error because of int I written inside of the single quotes. So you remove that particular single quotes inside of the int, outside of the if int, then you can directly give the int data type. Okay, so when we given this kind of thing, we got an output, otherwise we won't get it out. For the same example, so my var is not integer, some data type. If it is the float data type, is instance can be written the false, because of here you mentioned the data type name is int. If in case is instance, this is the var is not the integer, then this entire function was written the false. If this one is a false, the statements what we written inside of the if, it won't be executed. Clear? I hope you got my fourth one and fifth one statements.
Yeah.
Can you please
Yes.
note the example? Here is instance is the predefined function. Here is instance is the predefined function. The functionality of this function is it can be written the true or false if the variable is whatever the data type you mention. If it is that specific data type only, then it can be written the true, otherwise it can be written the false. Okay, note this example. If it is done, please let me know.
Yeah, completed.
Okay.
Done.
So next one is write a program. Write a program. Find the very simple program. Write a program. Find the area of triangle when all sides are equal. When all sides are equal, which means equilateral triangle, right? If your triangle is equilateral triangle, then we have to find the area of the triangle. Otherwise, don't do it actually. I mean, you don't need to find out the area of the triangle. So here, every triangle which should have the two or three sides, side one. So the side one I can consider as the float. So I have to take the input from the user. So I would like to enter the in centimeters. Enter side one in meters or whatever the centimeters. It's up to your choice. Okay. So this is the way we take the only side one, but I should take the three sides, side one, side two, side three. Okay. So if these three sides are equal or not, how can you figure out? So here the condition is we should write inside of the if only, but if condition what you have to write it, we can just think about it. I'm writing the logic of the area of the triangle. The area of the triangle formula is, it's a semi-perimeter is S, and semi-perimeter means it's a square root of side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. Okay, this is the semi-perimeter. It's a square root of, so 0.5. Power of 0.5 means it's a square root. Okay, so guys, if you're not good in mathematics, okay, don't worry. It's a very simple program I'm trying to tell you. For example, you have a triangle. So this side and this side and this side, if it is equal, then I have to find the area. For to check that one, we can think about the condition, whether the three sides are the same or not. But I'm writing the formula for the area of the triangle. The area of the triangle is, oh, sorry. Semi-perimeter means what, guys? Side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 by 2. This is the formula for the semi-perimeter, but it's a by 2. Okay, yes, this is fine. I got the semi-perimeter. Okay, after you find out the semi-perimeter, then I have to find the area of the triangle. So area of the triangle is square root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. Here a and b and c are the sides. A, B, C are the sides. S is the semi-perimeter, or else we can mention as S1. This is S2 and this is S3, right? So that S into S minus S1, S minus S2, S minus S3. So this is the way we can write it. So anyway, you know the formula, right? The area of the triangle. And after you finding the semi-perimeter, I have to go for use this particular semi-perimeter to find out the area of the triangle. So area of the triangle equal to square root of, square root we can write, it's a power of 0.5. This is power of 0.5. So S into S minus side 1 into S minus side 2 into S minus side 3. Okay. So this is about area formula. After you find out the area, then you just simply print the area. Area of triangle is so you can print the area variable. After that one, you want to print the units as well. Square centimeters. Okay, so here we can print the statement out of that particular block. Then you can mention as the task done. But we haven't implemented the condition. So what could be the condition you're thinking? So Pavani, can you think and tell me what kind of condition you can mention inside of the if? So you have to compare the side 1, side 2, side 3. For comparison purpose, we have the relational operators, right? Side 1, which is equal to side 3, and sorry, side 2. And means what? If the first condition is true, then only it will be go for second condition, right? So here the side 1 and side 2 are the same. Then I have to check with any one of the either side 1, either side 2. I can check with side 3. If this particular two conditions are true, if these two conditions are true, then the entire condition was returns the true. This condition has to be true and this condition has to be true. If these two conditions are true, then AND operator can be returns the true actually. Otherwise, it can be returns the false. Right or not? This is the condition. If this condition is true, then it will be go for second condition. Here the condition is side 1 and side 2. If both are same, only then I can go with check with side 2 and side 3. Or in place of side 1, we can use the side 1 also. In case of side 2, we can use the side 1 also, because of once this condition is true, both are same only, right? Either you can use the side 1, either you can use the side 2. It's up to your choice. So here I can enter the 45.3. Okay, so this is also 45.3. Side 2 also same, side 3 also same. If these three sides are same, then this is my area of the triangle. Okay, so intentionally I can give you one side is different. So 45.3 and 45.3, and for example this is 40. So here, which is not finding the area of the triangle, which is simply skipping this three statements. Note this example. So first time I executed with the same sides. Second time I was giving some not equal sides, which are not same. Note this example, guys.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Next, I'm giving some assignments. You can try for it. Okay. Write a program find the area of a square when which is divisible of 6. So whatever the area of the square when square of side is okay, square means what? All sides are equal, right? So you can enter any one of the side, so which can be considered as the 4 sides only. So if the side is divisible of 6, then only we can find the area of the triangle, or sorry, area of the square. Next one is write a program, find the perimeter of rectangle when or else side 1 and side 2, both sides are divisible of 3. So rectangle means opposite sides are equal, right? So that means you can enter the side 1 and side 2. It can be considered the side 3 and side 4 default. So this side 1 side 2 both has to be divisible with the 3, then only I can find the perimeter of the rectangle. Okay, otherwise I don't want to do it. So these two programs we can try to your own and you can share with us. Okay, and that's for today's class. I hope we were done the conditional from the simple if, and tomorrow we can try for the if and else, nested if and elif later. Okay, thank you guys, bye, take care.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank
I'm
you.
uploading this particular file into our canvas. I think
And you'll upload yesterday's
class
lecture.
recording as well. Okay, fine too. Definitely I will do that.
Okay, thank you.